Here we are for my next Shed Wars garden tour. If you're not sure what Shed Wars are, it is a garden growing competition. We're trying to grow as much of our own food as we can. Hit the hashtags below and it will take you to everybody else's videos as well. If you're new here, I'm Dana from Pewakakoka Valley Homestead, and this is my vegetable garden. This garden bed here, I have pulled out all the peas, and my red onions are starting to bulb up, which is very exciting. I have honestly never had this kind of success with onions before, so I'm very happy with how they're going. I have just left my peas in a big old pile there as some mulch to hopefully keep the weeds down. Over here are my outside tomatoes. I have staked them all up and I'm really happy with how they're all going. I've not managed to grow potatoes outside here before, but they all seem to be doing well, and I've even got some baby green tomatoes happening right down in the bottom there. These peas have self-sown from the pea mulch that I've got in there, and I'm just letting them go. To be honest, I'm not sure what they're going to be like to eat, because I'm not sure what the pea mulch is from, whether it's from peas for feeding animals or if it's going to be a nice green pea. But we'll wait and see how they go. I'm not going to pull out peas that are doing that well. My zucchini plants are doing well. These two in the middle have been attacked by some kind of beetle, but that seems, or a worm or something, but that seems to have passed on and they're doing well. I'm getting lots and lots of little green zucchinis out of all of these. I have also planted some baby cabbages, and that's a wee bit of pak choy, I think. You'll just have to ignore the lettuce leaves all sprinkled around. I've just pulled out the last of them and I'm just leaving them to compost in place. In this garden bed here, these broccolis are doing really well. I'm very happy with how they're doing. And again, some self-sown peas. We have had a bit of heat with the rain in this last week, and these carrots have gone from pretty much nothing to being quite massive, and I never even got to thin them out. They have just gone from nothing to lots. So we're going to be starting to harvest these out. I'm excited to see how much they weigh, because they're a decent sized little carrot. This garden bed over here, I've pulled out those purple cabbages. I got one that was worth eating, and the others all went straight to seed. So I'm going to sow some turnips in here hopefully this afternoon. I've got one little green cabbage that seems to be doing quite well, a nice big kale, a little baby kale, and I've got another couple of baby cabbages over the back there. And this purple sprouting broccoli is starting to get purple sprouts. This bed of carrots over here is doing quite well. I'm not sure what happened at the end over there. Nothing seems to be growing, so I'm going to oversow those with some more carrots. We do eat a large number of carrots in this house. The kids will happily eat them instead of fruit, so I figure the more I can grow the better. Up behind here you can see this is a runner bean. I think they're blue lake runners. That are starting to get some flowers, so that's very exciting. This bed of carrots here I had sown a month ago yesterday actually, and I had expected more of them to have come up and they haven't. So I'm going to throw some more seeds around. I have one. It was really dry after I did it, so I wonder if maybe I didn't water them enough. That is the downside to being on tank water. We rely on rain for our drinking water and for our water for the garden. We don't have access to a spring or anything, so I try not to water my garden too much. Unfortunately, with these carrots, I think I took that to the extreme and I haven't got as many sprouting as I would hope. There's another couple there, but I would have expected this whole garden bed to have been covered in them, so I'm just going to oversow it with some more. And these will be our carrots for the winter time anyway. Speaking of carrots, these are my beta carrots that are all going to seed, and I managed to tie them up so I can actually get past them. So I'm going to have so many carrot seeds from these unless there's some epic disaster before they mature. This is our perennial kale, which is just taking over here. Need to cut it back and feed some to the chickens, I think. My cauliflowers hiding in here from the cabbage butterfly seem to be doing quite well. This side here is celery. They're doing really well. The celeriac, considering they're sown at the same time, the celeriac seems to be a bit slower to get going. I've never grown it before, so we'll see what happens with it. Just gonna open that up to let some air through for these guys. In here I have got my peppers from my neighbour, which are doing really well, and excitingly our kumara, or our sweet potato, have finally doing what they're meant to do and are taking over in here good and proper. And it is hot in here. I've just opened the door to let the heat out. My tomatoes are doing quite well. I'm starting to harvest out of here, which is exciting. What I want to show you is this massive one over here. Look at that. I would love to tell you what type of tomato that is, but I stuffed up my labelling. I have that written down as a Roma tomato, which it is clearly not. And I have all my Roma tomatoes marked as money makers, so it's entirely possible that that is actually a money maker. It's definitely not the Roma tomato, which its sign says it is. My peppers are doing well. I'm excited to see these little jalapenos doing well down here. I have been spraying this every 3 or 4 days to try and get on top of this white fly, which is causing like that sticky residue, which is making this black sooty mold grow on it. So I'm just using one of these sprayers here, and I've just got some dish detergent in with the water, and I'm just spraying them intermittently when I remember. So that's pretty much where my garden's up to at the moment. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.